happening, Giants? Welcome back to our channel.
Hey Gentle Giants, welcome back to our channel.
We're back with another video and excuse me. We're back with another video. You must cut that part.
No. No.
We're back with another video and it is a story time because you're like Ndamas. I'm joking. But it is a story time about how we got stranded in Cape Town for over 5 hours. And honestly speaking, like, we don't think the story time is as funny as you guys think that it's going to be. But because also, like, our last video, someone asked, am I the only one who can't find the story time, the Cape Town story time? So clearly you guys are still waiting for it. So we're going to tell you guys. Also, you guys want to know the story time about the baking saga that happened in this house. And I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm not. Stop inboxing me also. I'm not going to tell you guys. Nisile. But anyways, my home is a safe space, okay? But anyways, we'll let you guys know what happened in Cape Town when we got stranded. And honestly, you guys, I just feel like Mzwandile and I experienced so much drama with our travels that when you see the pictures on Instagram, it's like so amazing. And it is amazing, but sometimes the things that we go through, like to get those certain pictures, or I'm just like, what the freaking hell? What the freaking hell? But yeah, let's just let you guys in on one of the adventures that took place in our lives.
Yeah. You look pretty, by the way, my love.
Thank you, my love.
If you're new to this channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button in order for you to become a gentle giant and in order for you to hear more story times and get more story times. But anyway, let us get right into the video. So, right, what happened in Cape Town? This is actually a bit of a, like, I think it's a lesson kind of story. I think we kind of learned our lesson when it comes to this particular incident that happened and how we got stranded and all of that. And it's not funny, guys. It's really not funny.
It is to a certain extent, but it's not that funny. Like, okay,
but so what happened, right? It was in December, right? I forgot the year, but it was in December. I think 2016, if I'm not mistaken. But it was in December. So usually in December, we usually, like towards the end of December, we usually leave and go on holiday. So after Christmas, spending time with family and all of that, we usually leave, and we like being we like being in a different city, different province, going into the new year, like so the 31st type of a vibe. So we left, went to Cape Town. So obviously we planned the holiday, bought flights, booked our accommodation and all of that. So the only thing that was left to do was our car hire. And when it came to our car hire, like my wife generally is like laid back, chill. She likes doing things last minute and all of that. So this is how we actually this is part of the trouble we got into because of us doing things last minute. But anyway, so we all ready and all of that. So nearer the time, so my wife was like, no, chill, relax, don't do it now. Like, what's the rush, blah, 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 and all of that. Then when we finally decided to do it, when we finally decided to like book the car hire and all of that, they told us that it's fully booked.
Like everything, right? There was no car.
There were no vehicles. There was no van. There was no truck. There was no minibus. There was literally nothing. Like there were no like vehicles available in Cape Town. And the thing is, you know what? And this is us trying all the usual car hire places that we know that we usually use, right? But the thing is, and this is what we actually got to learn during this experience, is that during festive season, all the coastal areas, Durban, Cape Town, PE and all those places, they actually ship down all the cars from Joburg, from Oratam, and actually take them down because that's where a lot of people go and that's when a lot of people like spend their time and all of that. So that's what they pretty much do.
Because of the demand in the coastal areas. So if so much is for coastal areas and there's nothing in the coastal areas, you must know, Uti. I mean,
like it's done pretty much. But anyway, like the way we were so desperate, we ended up discovering new car hire places that we didn't even know about. Like that's when we finally discovered that, oh, there's this car hire place and all of that. So there's this particular one. We're obviously not going to say the name of that particular car hire place, but there's this particular one that we found, and they're like, yeah, there is a vehicle available, blah blah blah. However, it's only this particular group. So obviously there's different categories and different car types and groups and all of that. So they said there's this particular group left, and in that group, this is the only vehicle that is left. So you have no choice.
Only vehicle left in the whole company. So even if it was group A, B, C, D, or what, it was the only vehicle left within that company.
So, but anyway, we're excited. Like, obviously, we're a bit bummed, but we're happy that we finally got a car, and we're like, okay, at least our holiday can go on and all of that.
At so we'll be able to get from A to B. It doesn't matter how. We didn't get the car we wanted, but it's a car nonetheless, okay?
Yeah. So we get this car, and we're also not going to say what car it is, but we get this particular vehicle, and fine. Then our holiday starts. We're using the car. We get there. We arrive. We usually go around the 28th, and then come back like around like the 3rd or 4th of Jan. So we're there 28, 29, having like a good time and all of that. Then on the 30th, we're like, baby, let's. So we had a lot of activities lined up, like and all of that. So we decided to go to Table Mountain on the 30th, right? Guys, I feel like if you know Table Mountain, I think there's actually two main routes to get to Table Mountain, and both those routes are semi-mountainous. And getting up there, okay, they're mountainous areas. Like going up there is a bit of a mission. But what makes it worse is that there's traffic. Like it's December, festive season, and it's crazy. So there's a lot of traffic, obviously, and yeah. So as we're going up, we're like, man. No, man. No, man. We started, like, a lot of clutch plates, like, are smelling now. Like, people are burning their clutches because that area going up there with traffic, so your clutch control needs to be proper. But no, man, we like
And the thing is, we all stuck on this steep hill, like literally, because it is bumper to bumper. We're waiting to get into like the parking so we can go into Table Mountain. Guys, kunuga itlash, kuyashisa, kunuga itlash plate, and obviously you're gonna start thinking it's you, but also you can see other cars. Others are dead already.
Like literally, your clutch control there needs to be.
If you don't know how to drive, you wouldn't have made it there.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to drive,
you had to know how to drive.
You wouldn't have made it there. So, okay, continue.
But anyway, so we finally get up. So we obviously end up accepting, and it's a Jutana. We're like, no, it's not us. It can't be us, type of a thing. Obviously, we also had like.
It probably was us to a certain extent, but I wouldn't know that much.
Yeah, it wasn't just us.
I just feel like everyone was struggling. Not that you don't know how to drive, but that place, it was hard. It was just a mess, honestly, and it was so full, man. You know? Yeah.
But anyway, fine. Okay, we eventually get up, go to Table Mountain. They even, like, it was packed. They even told us that there's going to be like a 2 to 2.5 hour waiting period to get up with the cableway, blah, blah, blah. But we're like, you know what, we're in Cape Town. Let's just go.
And we don't want to do this again.
Exactly. So we're like, okay, you know what, let's just go. So we waited, eventually got there, whatever. Fine. This is the 30th. Done. 30th are done, go back home, whatever. Now the 31st, now it's New Year's Eve, right? Now we decide we have other plans now. Now we're going to Cape Point, like the Cape Point Lighthouse, as well as Cape of Good Hope. Cool. We go there.
And it's like early in the morning. Yeah. Because Mzwandile and I like doing like things where we know it's going to be really full. We like doing it in the morning, especially if there's no like opening times. Is there an opening time?
Yeah, there is,
but it's not like as late.
Yeah.
So we try and be like the first people there, so that by the time that people eventually wake up and come, because we don't like crowds. So if it's early in the morning, we're like, you know what? We even missed breakfast. We're gonna go.
So we get there. It's a bit chilly in the morning. Like it's cold. It's chill vibe. So we get there. Go to the Cape of Good Hope, go to the Lighthouse, take pictures, and like we enjoy ourselves like it's a vibe, right? Now, it's time for us to leave. Now the day's over. And I feel like for people that have been to like the Cape Point Lighthouse, you know that there's a main entrance, then you drive for quite a long distance. It's a fairly long distance till you get to the lighthouse, right? So on our way back, we're driving back. Now the car decides that it's not going into gear. So we're already driving, like we in the drive itself.
Wait, before we get into the drive, I feel like you guys will understand. Like, I need you guys to envision this. So there's an entrance, né? Because it is like a nature reserve kinda, right? There's an entrance where there's security, whatever. We go into that entrance. When you go into that entrance, it's a road still, like, so it's like a deserted road kinda. Where there's no human there's nothing until you get to the parking of like the lighthouse and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a long road. It's like a good 15 to 20 minutes to get to the lighthouse from the entrance driving. So okay.
And also when you get there, there's another shuttle that takes you to the final lighthouse. So like it's something else. But anyway, on our drive back, we're driving, then the car decides. So as I'm obviously accelerating, I see that it's giving me high revs. I'm like, how? Because it's in gear. Because usually when you get high revs, it's either you have your clutch on or the car is in neutral. But the car is in gear and like it's giving me high revs. I'm like, no man. like what's happening, right? But anyway, I realized, good, I think the clutch is dead. Obviously from Table Mountain.
Yeah, but even before that, I just feel like there was like an uphill, down, like,
yeah, it wasn't.
At Cape Point.
Yeah.
I jumped easy, but it was there.
Especially Cape of Good Hope, because Cape of Good Hope, you kind of like go down a bit.
Yes.
But yeah, so our clutch was dead pretty much. So it was dead. And so obviously, you know how us people are. They usually tell you that if something has an issue, switch it on and off, then things will be fine. So we stopped.
And when you did that, you're like, baby, something's wrong. I'm like, what's wrong? Like the car's not moving. But obviously it is moving, but it's not as fast as he wants it to. Maybe something's wrong. And it's like, okay, when he switches it off, I'm just like, aye, who's the right la?
On, off, still the car decides not to move. Then we finally accepted that, you know what, we are stuck here and there's nothing we can do. Now we're in the middle. So going back, like it's either you walk back or you walk towards the entrance to like go and get help. Another thing, right? There's no reception. And I feel like, you know, when we're watching movies and all these things, we always say, how convenient, there's no reception. We knew that was going to happen. But guys, literally, when you're in trouble, literally there's no reception, there's nothing, you don't have water, you don't, like literally you don't have all these things. So at that time we didn't have reception. So I'm like, you know what, so I was wearing flip-flops. So I was like, you know what, let me just change into my closed shoes, because usually I pack like extra things in case we decide to do different things. So I'm like, okay, let me put on my closed shoes, and I started walking. I walked towards the entrance to go and get reception. I literally made 3 trips. Not reception, I mean, but to the entrance. I literally made 3 trips back and forth to go and tell them that we are stuck, but we don't have reception. So I tried giving them all the details I could, because I have to go back to my wife, because I left my wife at the car.
Stranded.
So I had to go back and obviously like wait with her and all of that. But I realized after like 2 hours, these people are not coming. Like no one is coming. Then I walk back, right? I walk back, I go to the entrance again to call them. They're like, yeah, no, someone is on their way, blah, blah, blah. We couldn't find a car, blah, blah, blah. And all of that to come and replace your car, because we told them what the issue was. So we're struggling to replace the car and all of that. But eventually walk back, then I wait again. It is hot,
it's
guys.
So hot, guys. And the thing is, Mzwandile, guys, every time he keeps going like to the entrance, if it's like a 15-minute drive, because it's like a 30-minute walk for him to get there, basically, plus minus. I don't even know if that's like correct conversion, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Every time Mzwandile goes to like the entrance to try and get reception to call the car hire people, he would come back in a different car. So every time he comes back to me, it's like, okay, I spoke to them, whatever. and go back and speak to the, like, he would come back. The one time he came back in a truck, I saw those trucks standing. So he's climbing off a truck. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I had to get a lift.
Oh
Like,
my God.
I really had to get a lift. Going fine because it was pretty dead, but we got a lot of people coming in. So that's where I'd be able to get a lift and explain to them. Because it's difficult to actually stop a car while it's driving, but when you're at the entrance, it's much easier to explain to someone because there's a paying point where as people come in, they pay. So I had to kind of like explain to the people that, can I please get a lift? There's this issue I'm having and all of that. And I was lucky that I did get lifts. So every time I'd go, I'd come back like in a new whip, and I'm like
sometimes in a truck.
In a truck. So. But yeah, I was that nigga.
So he was definitely that nigga. Then at some point when he went, obviously he went to the entrance. So obviously we in the middle. There's an entrance and there's where the lighthouse is. Yeah. And where the lighthouse is, there's a restaurant. And because we didn't eat in the morning, so when we were done, we were gonna go back to our hotel and freshen up and go out for brunch. But because obviously now we're stranded, we're hungry. Yeah. So Mzwandile, I'm expecting him to come from the entrance side, to come back from there. But he went to the entrance, he spoke to the car hire people, then he got a lift back to the lighthouse. So Unghluli didn't even see him get past, especially because he keeps going in different cars. I didn't see him go past. But when he came back, obviously he came back with a different car. And then he came back with lunch for me. He came back with pizza and something to drink, which was so sweet. Like, my love. I didn't even ask him. So this entire time, this whole thing is happening, guys. I'm literally sitting in the middle of nowhere, waiting for Lord knows what. I can't even go on my phone because there's no reception. And Mzwandile keeps going back and forth, speaking to the car hire people, getting us food and all of that. But yeah, so they eventually did come, after 5 hours. Yeah. They took the car, they gave us another car, which was the waste of our entire day. Our day was over after that.
It was going into the afternoon.
Yeah, and it is fair. So it was okay. From now on, now we need to go back to the hotel, get ready for the evening. Yeah, because now obviously exactly and welcome the new year. Now guys, we ran into so much drama, going to the venue of where the party was going to.
The wrong place.
Guys, if you want the story time,
I know. Yeah, Cape Town or something else.
We literally ended up getting to the party at 10 o'clock. That time we left home at 8 and we were supposed to get there at 20 past 8. Yeah. We left at the hotel. But yeah, you guys, so that's what happened.
Yeah, so that's how we pretty much got stranded. And it was
annoying. And the thing is, I'm annoyed because my husband, then boyfriend, had to pay for the damages of that car. He ended up having to pay for that. And I'm just like, but why though, But anyway,
I guess that's the issue with these car hire places, because sometimes apparently they give you cars that are semi-damaged. They're almost at their dead end. Then they give it to you. You come there, you hire it for a week, a weekend or whatever, then you damage it, then you have to pay for it too. Yeah, so it really sucks. You guys need to do better. You car hire places, give us proper cars that are in good condition. And yeah, man.
But also because maybe it was an unknown place, maybe that's another reason.
Yeah.
As we've never really gotten into issues with the other people, the famous ones.
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining us for today. We hope you enjoyed the story time. We hope you enjoyed getting a glimpse of some of the issues we run into when we travel. But it makes it so much better when you're doing it with the right person. Imagine if I was doing this with I don't know, someone I didn't like and I'm getting, I'd be so annoyed. But because I was with my boyfriend and I'm happy, it is what it is,
So
but
cute.
Thank you so much for joining us, you guys.
Also, let us know if you have any stories of being stranded or anything like that. And what did you do? Or if you've had any issues with car hire places, or car hire vehicles, or any drama in Cape Town or any of your travels. But yeah, guys, we thoroughly hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again with another video.
Bye.